And it's sponsored by
Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet.
So the sex experts at lovehoney.com recently conducted several surveys asking men and women which professions they consider the most sexually attractive. So which professions men and women consider the most sexually attractive? And Learn, since you are the only female here,
Yes.
give me, in your opinion, the sexiest professions out there. And I'll tell you if they match up with what Love Honey discovered.
Okay, like I'm just a musician,
profession.
like a professional musician.
Musician, yes, that is on their list. Okay, so I will tell you out of the top 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that was 7th.
Okay, I'm going lawyer.
Lawyer was 10.
Okay,
Shh, look at you.
surgeon.
Doctor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Doctor /
Fourth?
surgeon. Okay. Professor.
Professor. First swing and a miss.
Dang. Okay, let's see.
Says a lot about you, though.
Let's see. Who's hot? Let's go architect.
Architect. You know what?
What?
Also, does that fall into builder?
Yeah, I was thinking like construction or architect.
Yeah.
Builder?
They build
That's
stuff.
number 2.
You got rough hands.
Number 2.
Okay, let's see. Hot. Smoking hot.
Sexy profession.
Chef. We are a chef.
No,
we are hot. We are
no,
making sushi.
no hot chefs.
Let's see. Who's hot? Who's hot? Who's hot?
Welcome back to Hot Chef.
Like a producer. Like
No.
let's see. Who's hot?
Who's
Is
hot?
a comedian on there?
No, definitely.
Hell no.
Oh.
Definitely not.
Yeah, every girl wants a funny guy. As long as he's smoking hot, too.
Let's see. God, who's left? What do you people do?
Oh, but there's
What do you mean, you people?
What do you people do?
men.
you're missing 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, and 9.
Okay. Like a manager, hot manager.
Hot manager.
I'm at a loss. I've read
Was
out.
doctor
anybody-
one category?
Doctor was one category.
Does that include veterinarians?
No, there's another branch of kind of doctor in that profession. I'll say paramedic is number 6.
Ooh, yes.
Firefighter would be my number 1.
That's number 1.
Of course it is.
Number 1.
I should have said that.
According to women, sexiest profession, firefighter.
And they are, man. Out of all the first responders, they're just smoking hot.
Firefighter, builder, police officer, doctor, mechanic.
Hot mechanic.
Mechanic. Congratulations,
Yeah, like
mechanic, number 5.
Like a
Wow.
dirty, oiled up mechanic. Like a
Paramedic, musician, electrician was number 8.
Ugh, no, I'm sorry. My dad was an electrician, so I can't go there for this. I'm
Learn-
sorry.
Would you like to apologize to all the
I will.
electricians out there?
I will. Your brains are great. I
Here
can't.
come the emails from the IBEW in memoriam.
No, I'm sorry. It's just I don't know. My dad was an electrician for a while, and so like
For a while.
daddy issues. You know, he's a coal miner, electrician. He was a janitor. Those things to me will never be in the hotness factor for me. I'm sorry.
The other one you're missing is farmer.
Oh yeah.
Farmer. All right, fellas.
Cowboy wasn't in there, huh? Guess that's technically not a job. Should be. I mean, it is a job. But
Number 11 was sexy cowboy.
rodeo man.
All right, so for men, what did men say the sexiest professions are?
Nurse?
That was number 2.
All right.
Nurse was number 2.
All right.
Yes.
Professional soccer player.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm on the board.
Lifeguard.
Lifeguard, no.
Teacher.
Teacher was number 4.
Doctor.
Doctor, number 7.
Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Exotic dancer.
No.
Ooh, at this point,
Go ahead.
I would say CPA. Accountant.
No.
Number.
Damn it.
No.
That would be low.
Fitness trainer. Some sort of.
Nope.
Peloton instructor.
No.
Yoga?
Nope. No.
Oh, okay.
Fitness anything.
Wow.
No fitness anything.
Good
Police
for us.
officer.
Look at you
Look how
guys.
far we've
yeah.
come. Good for men.
Sexy. The number one is
The fact that exotic dancer and yoga teacher aren't on there says that we've come a long way.
number one. I never would have thought.
Is there like a stepmother, professional stepmother on there? Because you go to
Lot of porn,
Pornhub.com
yes.
and
No.
it's a freaking
Chef?
nightmare.
Oh yeah. I was like, what?
It's catered to your Google
No,
search.
no.
number one? Number one.
Just give us a hint. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
hint
don't want
us
to
up.
swing and a miss on number one.
Well, I want some more guesses. Give me some more guesses.
Okay.
Okay. A hat salesman.
No.
Librarian.
Salesman. No.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Hat salesman.
Entrepreneur.
No.
Mechanic.
Astronomer.
No.
Oh,
Astronomer.
receptionist.
Scientist.
Flight attendant.
I'll give you secretary, number 3.
Okay.
Somebody did shout out the number one answer.
Flight attendant.
None.
attendant.
Flight attendant.
Flight attendant.
Yeah.
Why? Is that because they're gone half the time?
Yeah, the Mile High Club,
gosh.
baby. Let's go.
What does that mean?
That's mean.
What?
Why does
Especially after father.
Play dumb now.
I'm saying-
30% more intelligent.
I'm saying, did people say that because some sort of joke where they're like, oh, they're only
I don't know. It just said,
they're only
man,
home half
I
the
just
week.
think
what
there's a lot of-
profession do you find sexy? Flight attendant was the number one answer.
There's a lot of beautiful women in the skies.
Oh, okay.
In disguise.
You know what I was thinking? For some reason, I was thinking of for a spouse. And this was
Oh, no,
this,
this is
this
just a
was not
question
spouse.
for a guy.
Oh, okay. Well,
Actor was number 5.
maybe that's it,
Actress was going to be.
and maybe that's it too. The sexiness of the flight attendant is like it's usually like a casual encounter,
Maybe.
or
Police officer.
expected to be a casual.
Police officer number 6. Bartender. Maid.
Oh, yeah.
course.
All right. We're still in
now,
there.
now we're
somewhere.
going.
Yeah. Things have not changed.
Now we're going back to Pornhub.
Yeah,
And
all right.
singer.
I was like, there was way fewer Pornhub things than I thought. Secretary was kind of in the Pornhub category.
Now there was one profession that ranked last for both men and women.
And both?
Both men and women had this as the least sexy profession.
Politician on any of these?
Yes, that is in the least sexy side of things.
All
It's
right.
interesting.
Demolitions
Web
expert.
developer, politician, marketing executive, and designers were on the least sexy side of
Really?
things. But the least sexy for both men and women. And probably the people that wield the most power.
Plumbers.
I mean,
They wield a lot of power.
they do have
They
they
are
are
the
powerful.
most powerful profession
They
out there.
Control the throne.
When the world shut down, what did we go for? Toilet paper. These plumbers are
That
the ones
is a
who
good
rule.
answer, but it's not what we're looking
Okay.
for.
Air traffic controllers.
No.
Politician.
No, yeah,
We already said
we
politician.
covered a lot of ground here.
Judge.
Oh.
Maybe it's the robe.
Yeah, the robe sucks. That needs to be updated.
Well, this person's been
And those white wigs they wear.
sentencing people
Right.
and judging somebody. You don't want them coming home to you. You know, they're going to come home and be like, hey, listen, have you taken the trash out? You are sentenced to 3 weeks.
yeah, it's so annoying, right? Like to be married to one of those people.
All right, ladies and gentlemen,
What
let's
do you mean
talk.
these people? Those people.
Let's talk dong. Okay, we're going to talk dong for a second here. Scientists have gone to the trouble of ranking average penis sizes around the world, from biggest to smallest.
Okay.
So a team of German researchers combed through more
Oh,
than
of
40
course.
different studies. What?
Well, I mean, you know, they're not going to. The people that are mining for the data aren't going to come up with any bad data for themselves. are they?
No. They weren't number one. They weren't. Germany wasn't number one.
Let me guess. Number 3, comfortably in the top 3.
No.
All right, good for them.
I'm telling you, you would never guess these countries. So a team of German. I'm just explaining how they went through this. So they went through more than 40 different studies. Okay. Wherever possible, they avoided using studies where men had self-reported their penis sizes. Okay, because obviously research suggests that guys tend to fudge their actual sizes because they're trying to attain unrealistic standards. So these are studies that men were not asked what their own penis sizes were.
Okay.
So we've set the bar that this is a fair fight.
Yeah.
So the number one country.
Okay.
What?
No. I was just curious to see where this goes.
The number one country on average
Get the drum roll going, man.
measured
Norway.
almost 7 inches from root to tip when at attention.
And you said it's this is unexpected.
Root to what's the root? What does that mean? The base?
I
I don't have one. What?
Sure.
I
Well, you
mean,
got to remember there's 2 bases here. And
I-
if- and if- and if-
I
Base of your
will-
skull,
no, I just
which is
mean
where I measure from.
there's two bases if you're really thinking about it, especially if you're directionally average. It's there's a base up here, there's a base down there. You see what I'm
There's
saying?
actually a tie for number one, biggest penis in the world.
Somebody's phone's going off.
I mean, think that through, right? So if most folks are kind
Wait
of
a
like
minute.
this, right?
We'll get to the measuring.
Okay, but
Hang on.
On
Show
how
me-
to.
I'm trying to tell her
Are
what's
you doing
going on.
this and then?
Here.
What do you think this
banana.
represents?
Here. I happen to have a
Okay,
banana.
so we're going to say most people are kind of
You eat that later?
there's an angle you see.
I do see
now.
this, yes.
Let's try to straighten this out because I mean if this is something else.
It's
but-
otherworldly.
yeah, let's. I don't want to
Don't break my
Don't
banana.
break the banana.
Okay, so
Use your imagination.
all right, so you got a ruler, right? Imagine. Okay, so let's say this is the ruler.
Yeah,
Imagine
on the top.
imagine. Yeah. Now watch this. If I measure like that and I start at the same place on the body, it's down here. You see? Do you see?
Yeah, yeah, 2 bases. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so
Yeah.
bottom
There's
or
a
top.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you in a second.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna just
You're
squeeze.
burying the lead, boss.
I'll hold on. To this.
7 from root to tip.
7 from root to tip. These two countries are tied.
I'm going to hold on to this for you just in case I need it again for another illustration.
Congratulations, Ecuador and Cameroon.
Oh, my
Biggest
goodness.
penises on the planet.
Outstanding.
Biggest dongs on the planet.
And both of those countries have done far better in international soccer. And even when they lose, though, they always have smiles on
always
their
win.
face. And now
And
Even
now-
though
it
they
makes
lose,
sense.
they always win. So on average, both measuring almost 7 inches from root to tip when at attention. Then congratulations, Bolivia,
All right. Hey.
Sudan, and Haiti. We're talking 6.5, 6.48 inches, and 6.3 inches, respectively.
Okay.
Americans, 60th place.
Nice.
Bye. Leaving town.
Man, this is great.
5.4 inches.
This is great information. This is why. There was just a few years ago, and it's going to take me forever to get it back up. But we talked about this on the Riz Show, and we talked about a study that who had the biggest, and what did it come out? The United States. But the data was collected from self-reporting.
Yeah, of
Exactly,
course. And
man.
they
Exactly.
took all that out.
It's amazing. We're 60th. We're first in self-reported.
Yep.
But in the truth, we're 60th.
They took all the self-reporting out. So we are 60th and 60th place with an average penis size of 5.4 inches. Over the UK, 68th place.
Oh, all right.
All
Yeah.
right.
2 inches.
Yeah.
And not great news for Cambodia.
Oh no.
Last place.
Dang.
The average Cambodian penis is 3.95 inches.
Cambodian?
Average
Dude.
Cambodian.
I could do porn in Cambodia then.
You could. No,
Nice.
get back to the root here. You said you're going to explain it. Is it top root or bottom root?
I also have another little thing before we get to that. The German research team did address yet another penis-sized myth. It's often claimed that the length of the penis can be determined by the size of the shoe or length of the index finger. You ever hear that? Mm-hmm. Oh, big shoes.
I got
thing.
big fingers and 10 and a half.
Big
See this thing?
shoes, big dong. They said, no, there's no correlation.
I could have told you that.
Ah.
Did
No
you guys
correlation.
ever hear this thing though? The thing about like however far a man's finger could touch his, you stop there, and then that distance from there to there is supposed to be.
Let me reveal.
That was always the thing.
I don't know about that.
For those
Okay.
of you listening,
All right, Lauren, this is here we go.
Everybody's
This is,
doing a hand thing.
don't worry about
This
it.
is the we're going to get into the meat of it here.
This is what I came here for.
So the research team had a couple pointers for how to correctly measure your dong. And this is what they wrote. In principle, the length is always measured on the upper side from the root of the shaft to the tip of the glands. This is the rounded part forming at the edge of your dong. If there is a fat pad above the root, this may be slightly pressed in during measurement.
Fat Pad.
Slightly.
What a cool band name.
Fat pad.
Slightly pressed in during measurement.
Okay.
Slightly.
I will crush my own spleen during that measurement.
If you are trying to measure the
Pressing in.
if you are trying to measure the circumference, It's usual to do so at the root.
Okay.
So that's from the top.
All right.
There's probably one guy out there who's got a weird dong that gets wider as it goes, though, right? The guy's
Like
like, I don't
the
want to
reverse.
measure the root.
Yeah, what are you doing?
He's got like
Upper
a-
side from the root, so where it attaches to your body, to the tip.
The top,
Okay.
though.
From the top.
You don't get to push the boys back and do a bottom measure.
No.
That's
Nope.
what you're saying. All right.
This is science.
I don't know my African geography here. You said the number ones were what was it?
Ecuador,
and
Cameroon.
Cameroon. Okay, so Cameroon is right here in this like armpit of
A lot
Africa.
of South American countries, bud.
Right, but Cameroon. So then you said the
doing all that
smallest was
salsa dancing.
Cambodia. Okay.
Cambodia is the smallest penises
Where is Cambodia?
in Asia.
It's south.
I
Yeah,
know,
Near
very far
Vietnam.
south.
Where I'm seeing
Asia.
I'm trying to see how far. Oh, okay. I see it.
Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos.
And
farther
also,
than I thought.
according to science, there is little point in getting out a ruler to measure a flaccid dong. Okay, because a flaccid dong can vary a lot depending on depending on the temperature of the room. A lot of factors come into that one.
Man, I'm trying to just put pins on the map to see if there's any great. I mean,
He's getting out
can we-
string.
Can we
and
follow?
he's,
Can we follow Pangea here and
he's
figure
getting out red yarn.
what
and
happened?
Connecting.
And it seems random.
Yeah. Ecuador, Cameroon, Bolivia, Sudan, and Haiti. Ecuador, Cameroon, Bolivia, Sudan, Haiti. That's the top five.
The next question is is it cultural? Is it cultural somehow? You know what I'm saying? Like the Greeks, they like you see all the statues, and they're not like super well built, if you know
Right.
what I'm saying. And that's because they valued small wang because it meant large brain. Like you were valued for your
Small wang,
intelligence,
large
and that
brain?
that like represented like this is not what you were built for. You were built for the mind, right? It was like a big thing. It was like a cultural
That's
thing.
my
Now-
thing, yeah.
Now, whether ancient Greek ladies were looking for guys with minds or not, I'm not sure.
knows?
But I wonder if there's like a cultural thing with it. You know?
I'm sure. And, I was to say diets as well. I wonder if that has any effect.
I would bet
What-
it's more of a
Genetics.
The diet matters. Tell me what I'm
it's
supposed
more
to
of
be eating.
a generational like.
It's
I would.
genetic.
I'd
lot
like.
of
I'd like
berries.
to know what the average height is in a lot of these countries too, because a
Great
lot
point.
Oh, yeah.
of sometimes I think like certain countries have like
It's all
taller, more
genetics.
lanky people. It's genetics.
Genetics.
But
Yeah,
scientifically, you basically glazed over the fact that growers and showers is scientifically factual, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we talked
So
about
do
that.
not measure flaccid
No.
because there is, again, a lot of factors that go into,
Right.
Yeah, it's not the same game.
yeah.
Not the same game.
Sometimes, yeah, some gifts are wrapped nicer. You know what I mean?
So
Like
only
some-
measure when at attention. Okay?
All right.
Any more questions, Lauren?
We've got the banana.
Got the banana.
You got the banana if you need.
Okay, so top. So now I know how
Really
to measure
squeezing
a
that
penis.
stress ball.
Yeah, I know. You're like,
You're all stressed
I
out.
got to do something with my
I'm so
hands during this conversation.
no, I think that's good. Now we know.
Now,
Get it. Hit it.
hang on.
What's the square root?
I feel better.
I love
I
it.
do too.
30% more intelligent now.
Okay.
I got more questions for Rafe coming up with this.
Oh,
next
this?
toy.
Okay.
You're not alone.
All right, Rafe, let's get,
Excuse me.
as you
Clear my
would,
throat for
into this.
All right. In honor of Father's Day, I had to find a special sex toy. What do you get a dad who has everything? You know? Here's what you get him. Gates of Hell stainless steel adjustable valve release sound cage.
Wow.
Wowie wow. $67.99 on sale for Father's Day, lasting all the way through this week. And 5-star reviews across the board. Gates of Hell stainless steel adjustable valve release sound cage. Put your slave's pathetic penis in a steel cage and shove a rod inside.
Man,
Gulp.
man.
This is just the first sentence,
This
guys.
thing is. I'm looking at the unedited version of what Rafe is reading. And
Yes,
this
it's
is amazing.
there's a picture for everyone in the studio that they're looking at right now.
You can look it up on your own. Gates of Steel or Gates of Hell stainless steel adjustable valve release sound cage.
Let's just say it's not for the faint of heart. It's for all the real dads out there, the dads that stepped up, if you will. This sound cage is designed to give your submissive the intense captivity that he craves. Each ring is hinged for a better fit and more manipulation as you do whatever you want to that rod. This cage will hold it upright as the urethral insert slides inside. An Allen wrench is included to clamp the sound in place once you've shoved it in as deep as you desire.
An Allen wrench.
Yeah, maybe get this at IKEA. I don't know, man. When this an Allen wrench got involved, all the dad's ears all perked up like, oh, an Allen wrench? I know how to operate that. The hollow core allows liquid to pass through while he's trapped in this evil device. That dong belongs to you. How long will you make him wear the gates of hell? Imagine, mistress is in an especially sadistic mood tonight. She ordered me to strip as soon as she came through the door and immediately gave me a hard, tight squeeze. I winced and she laughed. Ha ha. Saying this is just the beginning for you tonight, sex slave. Then she gave my nipple a hard pinch and walked into the bedroom. She emerges now with a device that she only pulls out when she wants to make a long night of it. The gates of hell. I'm going to keep your pathetic phallus, if you can call it that, trapped in this evil device all night, she tells me, and a shiver runs down my back as I stand there. Present your nasty little worm to me, Mr. Slave, she orders. So I approach her. She puts me into the device. You won't be able to touch it now, will you, you dirty little perv? I shake my head, defeated. Now it's time for the fun part, she says, as she holds up the urethral sound. I love it when my mistress is in a sadistic mood. Goo-goo!
Man.
All right. The Gates of Hell stainless steel adjustable valve sound specifications. Cage is 6-inch in total length. Rings measure 1.25 to 1.85 inches in diameter, and the sound is 5.5 inches long.
Damn.
Woo!
So that's a rod. That's the steel rod.
That's the steel swizzle stick that you're going to mix that martini with. That's right. Each ring is hinged for a better fit, and the hollow core allows liquid to pass through. Let's get into some reviews, shall we?
Yes.
Review number one. And I ran out of music on this one. It's so long. Review number one. Extremely satisfied. This is for average to large penis and not for extended wear, so be warned. Cleaning the plug and clearing out the urethra periodically is necessary. That being said, it
Oh, man.
does fit snugly, and the plug increases sensitivity while maintaining an erection.
Yep.
Have a clear discussion about stretching male anatomy and pain if you use this with someone so the damage and infection does not occur. When used properly, stimulation is unbelievably intense. Being unable to touch one's genitals normally creates boundaries one can't appreciate. Of course, it's open to torment with CBT only limited by your imagination. 5 stars.
I had to look up CBT, by the way,
Yep.
and
Can't put that in there.
Cognitive behavioral therapy.
Well, you're close. We'll talk about it off the air. It ends in torture. Let's put it that way.
Goodness.
I'll let you know what the C&B stands for off the air.
I have questions.
I'm going to write it down.
So, were you done? I'm sorry.
We have more reviews,
Oh,
but I
please,
want to
no.
get to your questions if you have.
That's not.
Do we need more reviews?
Oh,
We'll get to these other two real quick.
yeah, just do it.
Review
Go.
number 2, it's hell for him. Having him wear this is what he needs. With posture collar attached, it's really well made and torturous. He doesn't like it, but my lady friends do, and he'll never stray again. 5 stars, Lil Hellcat. Okay, the final review, not for the meek, timid, or new to sounding. First, yes, this sound is a lot more impressive than I thought. It goes all the way down into the crotch and is very thick. Nicely, the smoothness helps it slide pretty easily until your face registers where the end is. Good God. The movement with the rings is nice and evil. My dominants are a bit more torturous, knowing that I tend to have few limits and high tolerances. They made me wear it for 4 days straight. Sleep, work, everything. I managed to get it to fit into my pants by pushing the tip down one leg. Had to poke out the end of my underwear, though, as the overall length of the device is not small. One of my dominants managed to make me cross the finish line, device, sound rod in and all. I do not recommend that. Between that and some of my dominants forcing me to edge, I did develop a small and unexpected red surprise slipping out the sound.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
It healed quickly, but be safe and use with caution. For those willing to push the envelope, OMG. 5 stars, Kellyanne.
Oh, that's nice. 5 stars.
I mean,
yes, questions.
this is a heavy metal catheter. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what this is reminding me of.
Yes.
A little bit.
And
It's a
I,
weird place to
squirming.
store your knitting needle. I will say
Moon's
that.
been squirming the entire time.
I
Yeah.
don't like this because I've had a cystoscopy, and I'm not saying that if you got one coming up, you should be worried. But
Oh,
like
yeah, show that to Learn with
for,
the
for
banana.
for me personally, it was one of the most difficult experiences
Gates of hell?
I personally have ever had.
It was the gates of hell?
No, the cystoscopy for me was the gates of hell. Yes.
yeah, I would say that like having a catheter in for most people is like the top thing that they're like, I don't want to be awake
Yes.
for that.
Yeah, it's something.
This is
It's something that
this is truly sadistic.
this was many years ago, and it is vividly top of mind.
Closest thing I could
When he talks about
compare it to paint a visual picture for anyone without getting fired from my job is, you ever been to City Museum and as an adult and crawled too far into one of those like airplane, you know how you go outside and you can crawl up into the little spaces at City Museum and you get in there and you realize, man, I got to back out of this thing because it's gotten too narrow.
Yeah.
And you kind of caged up in there. It's kind of like that for your penis.
Yep.
Dude, listener on Twitter just said, last time I used an Allen wrench for something associated with my body is when I had a tumor removed and had to move my arm
not a
bone
tumor.
from elbow to wrist. No way I want to do that with anything else.
Okay, well, that's the sex toy of the week, the
Well-
Gates of Hell stainless steel adjustable valve release sound cage.
What were your questions?
Well, I was just going to say, like, what is, like, I don't get anything about this. Like, looking at it, it just looks like it is nothing but painful. And that, I guess that's the pleasure part of
the
it, right?
point.
BDSM?
That's the point of it.
Pain.
And that's my thing.
And
And I
how-
want to. You go ahead.
I was going to say, and then does it have like a ring that locks around the base?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Behind
you're
the
locked
guys?
in? Yeah, do you see the lock?
You put a lock on it. Once you lock it on behind the once it's behind the berries, you lock it on and the
Yes.
twig is stuck.
Yeah.
And
need
then
to have
once
a
the
key.
twig is stuck,
And then,
you know when you got those things you stick in corn cobs so you don't get your fingers all
Yes.
buttery?
All right, we got to move on.
all right, I'm
Hold
sorry.
on, I
Move on.
got to talk about something quickly. I got to put it in
Quickly.
your head. 10% of people, I looked this up, and you guys think you got it bad. I had to look through all the reviews to
Right.
find these. Okay? And then go to sleep last night. Have panic dreams all night. 10% of the population is into BDSM,
Yeah.
approximately, some form. So I started thinking about this. A lot of people were talking about wearing this to work. And I was like, that means that in Hubbard Radio office somewhere,
Somewhere.
statistically speaking, one of our coworkers, colleagues, I'm not saying it's Jamie Rivers. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I know exactly who it is. I'm not saying.
I'm not saying it's King Scott either.
I'm not saying it's King Scott. I'm not saying that I thought I noticed Donnie Fandango's pants made a weird jingling noise last time I saw him walking down the hallway. I'm not saying any of that. But what I'm saying is, statistically speaking, you may have had a meeting and/or conversation with someone in this building while they were wearing the gates of hell.
Not a bad
And I'm
stat.
never not going to be thinking about it in a meeting for the rest of the time I work here. And neither are any of you.
It could be John Kiowski.
We don't know.
Could
Who
be.
knows?
I don't know.
We don't
I don't know. I don't
Who
know.
knows?
I don't know.
Life's crazy.
This thing's nuts.
What people do behind
it is.
closed doors,
You love
their own
that.
business. I don't know.
That's right.
Behind closed
No
zippers.
judgment.
No judgment.
No
this
judgment.
is judgment-free
No,
zone.
not at all.
Absolutely.
You mean what people do behind closed zippers?
Yes,
Very
whatever.
curious.
It's fine. It's in their pants. I don't
Because
know.
we've been in a meeting. You're saying we've been in a meeting with one of these.
I'm saying it's a highly possible.
Statistically speaking, yes.
Statistically speaking.
I mean, I'm
yes.
hurting for that person.
But they're having a good time.
They're having a great time.
All right, let's take a break.